We're going to be talking about Black Ops Cold War Zombies, a bunch of different leaks for this game, and also focusing on the 3 maps we have not seen either remade or remastered in the Treyarch series: Tranzit, Buried, and Die Rise. These 3 maps actually have a pretty good chance of being brought back into this next Treyarch game. We'll talk about the leaks surrounding that and what we want to see for those 3 maps coming into Black Ops Cold War Zombies. On yesterday's video, we had a like goal of 500 likes. You guys actually went hard, 771 likes. So seriously, thank you so much. If we can go for 600 likes on this video, that would be greatly appreciated. And definitely subscribe to the channel for more Black Ops Cold War news, videos, live streams, different stuff like that. Really do appreciate it. And let's get started here with zombies. This whole video will be dedicated to zombies. I want to talk a lot more about zombies because zombies is going to be very exciting coming into Black Ops Cold War. It's kind of unknown as to what we're really going to see for this game, especially with the storyline. Will the Ether storyline be brought back, even though it technically ended with Tagder and Toten? Maybe they'll do a reboot of the Ether storyline. Black Ops Cold War is a sequel to Black Ops 1, so maybe we'll get right into the zombie storyline right after the events of Black Ops 1 Zombies. Maybe that's possible, who knows? But for this video here, we do have some leaks. I also want to focus on these 3 maps: Tranzit, Die Rise, and Buried. These maps are going to be remade or remastered. At least there's a very good chance that they will for Black Ops Cold War Zombies. Before we go through the leaks on these 3 maps, leave your comments down below. What maps do you want to be remastered or remade in the game, or at least like pick one out of the 3. If you had to remaster one map, what would it be? Tranzit, Die Rise, or Buried? And if you want to explain why and talk about that, that would also be greatly appreciated as well. Now for the leaks here, this information is coming from the Gaming Revolution. A bunch of his sources, leakers had been hinting to him that Tranzit would be brought into COD 2020, and this was several months ago. They were sending him GIFs of the Tranzit bus and all different stuff about Tranzit. Tranzit was the main focus, and apparently a bunch of other sources that TGR had or has were pretty much saying Tranzit would be an on-disc map for Black Ops Cold War. I think the real question here, the leaks have not answered this question yet, but the real question is, Tranzit, is it going to be a remake or a remaster? Is it going to be a remaster as in Tranzit, the same exact map but with better graphics, or is it going to be a remake where Blood of the Dead was a remake where it's kind of the same map but you have additions to it, a whole new section added to it? And a Tranzit remake, at least for me, I would much rather prefer, because they could do a lot of stuff. Bus Route B could actually be added to the map. They could remove the fog. They could add a bunch of new features and locations. Like, it could be a very sick map if they did a remake. And there are apparently also some leaks that Bus Route B will actually play a role into the Tranzit remake. And again, this is not confirmed. This is just a leak or even a rumor. But even without the leaks, I don't think we even need leaks to know that, okay, Tranzit is going to come into Black Ops Cold War. Whether or not it's on disc, it's at a DLC later on, it's gonna come back in the game. And obviously, if they're gonna bring Tranzit back, they're gonna do a lot of stuff that people have been talking about for 8 years now. Ever since Black Ops 2 Zombies first released, they're obviously going to add Bus Route B. They're obviously going to do stuff with the fog and just do different things that people would like, because they know people didn't like Tranzit when it first came out, and they know Tranzit is a meme as one of the worst zombies maps, and they want to come back probably and make Tranzit maybe even one of the best zombie maps. So definitely look out for that. Now, I haven't seen any leaks about Die Rise and Buried being within Black Ops Cold War Zombies, at least with the on-disc maps at launch. I haven't seen anything, any other videos. TGR apparently hasn't talked about it. Die Rise and Buried, nothing to be seen with that. Tranzit is the most likely map to be seen at launch for Black Ops Cold War Zombies. But we do know, and we do actually have leaks for all 3 of these maps, that, you know, Tranzit, Die Rise, and Buried were actually supposed to be within Black Ops 4. So if you guys remember the Black Ops 4 leaks, I remember making videos about this before Black Ops 4 even came out. This was early 2018. And there were a bunch of leaks about the DLC season for Black Ops 4. How it was supposed to work was that there were supposed to be 2 years of DLC content for Black Ops 4. 2 separate season passes for the game. Year 1 would be the Chaos storyline. There were supposed to be 4 Chaos maps for Black Ops 4. And then year 2 was supposed to be the Ether storyline with a bunch of Ether maps. And obviously, when they went through developing this game, there were a bunch of different problems. The first problem was that Black Ops 4 off the bat had so many issues with blue screening, and it also wasn't received too well. People didn't really like the Chaos storyline. I mean, hardcore zombie fans did, but most general people didn't like the Chaos storyline, didn't like Blood of the Dead. There were issues with the game, it just wasn't looking good. And the other issue was that now Treyarch got the news that they have to take over Sledgehammer's COD 2020 game, and they have to make Black Ops Cold War, because behind the scenes, Sledgehammer and Raven Software were having some issues with the development of the game of COD 2020 behind the scenes, and Treyarch had to swoop in and take over, and that's why we have Black Ops Cold War this year instead of 2021, where we were supposed to actually see the next Treyarch game. So pretty much all of the extra content for Black Ops 4 was cut. So the leaks are saying that Tranzit, Buried, and Die Rise were actually already made for Black Ops 4 DLC, sort of like the Black Ops 4 version of DLC 5, where DLC 5 we saw a bunch of the other maps like Kino, the World at War maps, Shangri-La, like those maps were remastered for BO3 DLC 5, and then BO4 DLC 5 would pretty much be the rest of the maps. Nuketown, Call of the Dead, which we already saw in Black Ops 4, but also Buried, Transit, and Die Rise. So those maps were technically already made, and they could easily release them for Black Ops Cold War this year. The only thing is that the assets in the maps are most likely in a Black Ops 4 stage or a Black Ops 4 theme. Obviously, it was made with a Black Ops 4 engine, the Black Ops 4 assets. So honestly, even if these maps are remastered or remade behind the scenes and they're just waiting for Black Ops Cold War, hopefully it doesn't have that Black Ops 4 theme, because think about what happened with Blood of the Dead. Mob of the Dead is people's favorite maps. It's one of my favorite maps of all time, and Blood of the Dead just didn't hit the same. Maybe it was because the Black Ops 4 perk system ruined the vibe. The Black Ops 4, I feel like Black Ops 4 in general, at least for me, the vibes of the game didn't fit. The maps honestly weren't even that bad, but the vibes, the engine, the perk system, the different specialist abilities that you have, it just ruins the feel of zombies. So maybe actually, let me take that back. Maybe even though those are Black Ops 4 remakes, like Buried is going to be a Black Ops 4 theme, it'll still be solid, because Black Ops Cold War zombies, they would have gone back and they would have done something different to the Black Ops 4 perk system. So I guess we'll have to see, and who knows, maybe, you know, this would be the worst case scenario. Maybe Treyarch decided, you know what, let's just scrap Buried, let's just scrap Die Rise, let's scrap all of these remakes, maybe let's just do Transit, or let's not even do Transit. Maybe behind the scenes they scrapped Transit, which I doubt. I think if we're gonna see one of these maps come back to Black Ops Cold War Zombies, it's probably gonna be Transit. That has the most meme factor to it, but I would love to see all of these maps. I mean, Buried, one of my favorite maps of all time. Die Rise, I know it's a bad map, but I have so much nostalgia with this map. I mean, I just have so many memories of playing this map right when it came out, camping with my friends. Like, I love Die Rise, and I think it's a very unique map, so I want to see that back as well. And obviously Transit, who doesn't want to see Transit with no fog? Could kind of be pretty sick. So hopefully everything comes to Black Ops Cold War Zombies. The leaks are saying they might, especially Transit. Hopefully Die Rise and Buried come as well, but we'll just have to wait and see. Hopefully we get some more official Black Ops Cold War Zombies information about these three maps specifically, and some more stuff very soon. So thank you guys for watching this video. Hope you guys did enjoy. Again, let me know down below, what map do you want to see? Do you really want to see within Black Ops Cold War Zombies out of these three maps, Transit, Buried, and Die Rise? Leave a comment below, Black Ops Zombies or Black Ops Cold War Zombies. Actually, no, leave a comment below Zombies if you watched the whole video. That would be greatly appreciated, and I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.